What's going on, YouTube? It's a new series I'm starting called Talking and Tuning every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. So the subject I'm probably going to be talking about today is acoustic versus e-drums. So I get some people who they say, oh no, e-drums is a lot easier than acoustic drums. Well, I got a thought process on that. I got two sets. I got an acoustic set and I have an electronic kit. You've probably seen some of the videos of me playing the electronic kit. I wouldn't say the electronic kit is easier, because when it comes down to it, you are striking, a pad, whatever it is you're hitting with a stick. The difference comes in with what you get back from that. What I mean by that is, if I hit my drumstick on the actual acoustic set, on the skin, on the head, some of that energy is going to be sent back to me. If I'm hitting my drumstick on my electronic kit, most of that energy has been put into whatever the material is that I'm hitting, and it's not coming back to me. Granted, yes, when I hit the electronic kit, if it's made out of, let's say, rubber or whatever, the stick is bouncing back at me, but not all of that energy has been shot back up my arms, if that makes sense. Another thing I've seen with the electronic versus acoustic is, so depending on what type of kit you have, if it's electronic kit, what level kit you have. I currently play the Roland. How you hit those pads, you may get a different response. So let's say if you're playing a drum set that's electronic and it's, one of the lower end ones, no matter how you attack that drum, you get the same response. Versus on an acoustic kit, if I were to tap like this versus different response. That's one of the reasons why I went with the Roland, because with the Roland kit, if I were to tap on it softly versus loudly, I am getting a true response from it. Yeah, it was a little bit more expensive, but I want to get that true response. So when I'm going back and forth between my E kit and my acoustic kit, I can still keep my dynamics that I need. All right, so I've tuned this drum head totally flat. Another thing with acoustic versus electronic, it's easier if I were to record. It's definitely easier to record and get all your levels straight with an electronic kit. With an acoustic kit, I got to make sure everything is totally tuned just right, because if it's not, my levels as far as my different frequencies are going to be off. And once I hit that record button, since I'm not using GarageBand or anything like that, it is what it is. And so if I've gotten a really good recording and I go back and listen to it and it's not great, I can't edit it. With my E-kit, there's sounds that are built in and they're almost perfect sounds. So that's where a lot of people also get kind of lazy with the E-kit. With the E-kit, again, you got those sampled sounds that are perfect sounds that you may not ever be able to get from your acoustic kit. Not without a lot of hard work and, processing and such. There's a couple things that I do with my E-kit versus my acoustic kit. I make sure every so often, if I'm starting to play the electronic kit a lot, I turn the module off. I do that so I'm not getting spoiled by literally a perfect sound sample. So when I switch over to my acoustic drums, it's like, why do my drums sound so bad? No, you've just gotten used to a perfect sound sample. That one sounds great. Another big difference is you can get a really decent set as far as an acoustic set for sometimes a third of a price that you're going to pay for an electronic kit. Granted, that electronic kit's probably going to do a whole lot more for recording, if recording is your thing. But for the price that I paid for my electronic kit, I was able to get an acoustic kit, all the heads that I wanted to go on here, the cymbals, and all my hardware for about the same price as I paid just for the E-kit. I do use different sticks on the E-kit versus my acoustic kit. Again, I don't want to use the same. I use, no matter what, I'm going to use wood tips on both of them. But let's say I'm playing something on my acoustic kit and I use the same sticks on the E-kit and I'm using those mesh heads. All it takes is one little tear in the stick, and then I'll rip the head on the E-kit, and those heads are not cheap. Sometimes it's almost easier to buy a whole new portion of the drum that you busted versus than to just buy just to buy the head on there. Once I'm done with this, I'll let you guys have a listen to this one. Ooh, that sounds good. I think my snare is already pretty set. Let's see how these sound. right, see a couple of you guys asking for a song. What song?